Ai Mori. Most climbers first got to know her as the lead climber that won Yanya Gambre not once but twice in 2022 during the Copper and Edinburgh League World Cups. The climber that made other world famous climbers like So Hyun, Brooke Rabatu, Mia Krempel jaws drop after watching her climb. Most people first heard of her after her win in the Morioka 2022 Combined World Cup, where she absolutely knocked it out of the park and defeated everyone by miles. Standing at 154 cm, she's one of the shortest climbers on the World Cup circuit and has famously, or infamously, sparked intense discussions in the climbing community about height in climbing. Today, I'm going to break down the top reasons why so many people, including myself, are fans of Ai Mori. People love watching insane moves by climbers. This is the core of competition climbing. To be the best, to be the strongest, and basically to do whatever no one else can. Everyone loves to watch a good beta break, except route setters, and Ai Mori is one of the climbers with the most insane beta breaks ever. Let me start off with one of the more recent beta breaks. In a Japanese competition called Step, one of the final boulders was this really tricky double press up move that no one could really unlock. Seems like a really difficult move because the wall is so overhanging and it's almost pushing you out. Plus the hold seemed really bad. Now just watch what Ai Mori does. The edge she's crimping is dual text, by the way. She's full crimping a probably around 8mm dual text edge. And let's just hear the reaction of the commentator.
最高っすね。これは最高。
Because same bro. Another classic example is this slab beta break in the Boulder semis in Bern 2023. So this slab involved a little hop over to a foot jib, which is very low percentage because you're basically jumping onto almost nothing at all. Let's just watch what Ai Mori does. She does the freaking splits on bad footholds, basically crimps nothing and completely hacks the shit out of this boulder. And this guy's reaction seriously sums it all up.
What a great climb from her, the Japanese coach.
Because same bro. Somehow watching this gave me some unexplainable joy. Let's watch more. Next boulder is this pretty complex coordination hoppity hop up until you're halfway up the boulder. And I gotta admit, that's pretty damn sick. I enjoyed watching that, but then now let's watch Ai Mori try. We gotta zoom in to the little feature boxes at the top of the screen because the camera work is always consistently bad, but let's just watch how she does it. So number one, how is she not sliding off those volumes? And number two, she's basically holding onto nothing as usual. So this is next level because it just doesn't even look remotely possible. Which leads to my next point. While we are rooting for all these insane beta breaks, we enjoy watching it because we find it impossible to imagine ourselves doing the same move. Now let me stereotype every short climber in the world, including myself. We are all fans of Ai Mori. We all root for her in every climbing competition that she's in. We love seeing her win, and we support her with all our hearts. We feel for her struggles. And I admit it myself, I complain a lot about span when I climb. Because it is a fact that some moves are easier when you're taller. Don't cancel me yet, it's also a fact that some moves are easier when you are shorter. Span versus small box. This is the essence of climbing. Not one climb is going to be the same difficulty for any height, except really hard shit like this. Because we mortals can't even start this stuff. So when we all see her struggling on moves that are reachy or jumps that are difficult, we relate and we empathize. Ai Mori has sparked so much discussion on the relationship between height and climbing, as well as the role of route setting. Look at this guy on Reddit who pulled out his math skills and analyzed how much discussion she created on Reddit after the Olympics. It's almost kind of insane. No one asked for it, but here is also my take on it. Reachy moves, big dynos, and jumps are more difficult for shorter climbers. Shorter people have to jump further to reach the same point. That's mathematics. But this is also climbing. There is no way you can set a boulder that is equally as far for someone who is 150 or versus someone who is 180. It's just not possible. And it's completely fine to have a big ass dino or a spanny move or an insanely small cramped box in any competition. That's just the nature of climbing. However, I do believe that an element of competition bouldering and route setting is, there is no blunt way to say this, but to put on a show for the audience. After all, this is a spectator sport, and that's the reason why coordination moves and dinos are emerging as the new style of climbing. It's impressive to watch. So I think it's completely unnecessary to put a really reachy move at the very start of the boulder. Because watching someone try to start a boulder for a few minutes straight is just not fun. It's also completely unnecessary to put the end towel just fingertips out of reach of the shorter climber. This was definitely oversight by the route setters, who I would expect to be aware of this issue because, well, it is their job. Okay, we went a bit off topic there, but you get my point. Short people love to see their struggles being validated, me included. So now you have so many climbers having all this talk about your climbing style, your climbing performance. Now, Ai Mori is a pretty private person and she doesn't have any public Instagram where she can share her thoughts or anything. So I can't say for sure what she really thinks about all this hoo-ha. But I have observed a couple of things during World Cups and her interviews. Firstly, every lead climbing competition that she has joined, every time she falls off the wall after not topping out the route, she always looks up at the section of the wall where she fell off, looking very perplexed and slightly frustrated, always looking like she's wondering how she could have climbed that last bit on the wall. Even after the combined final in Bern 2023, which was the qualifying event for the Paris Olympics, she fell off 1 to 2 moves short of the top and didn't even want to find out whether she qualified. She just stared up at the route, so focused on the last couple of moves, and looked very disappointed that she didn't even figure it out. Only after a really long staring competition with the wall and that last few moves, then she turns around, and then she smiles and finally figures out she qualified. That's just wow. And I just want to root for her. In a recent interview, Ai Mori also talks about her performance in the Olympics. She says that she's disappointed that she missed out on a podium place, but then acknowledges that it shows her areas for improvement.
悔しい思いした方がもっともっと強くなれると思うんで。
She doesn't complain about her span or the boulder, she just sees it as an opportunity for something to work on. After her copper lead World Cup win in 2022, during her interview with Stasha Geho, she does not seem satisfied with her performance even after winning gold.
I want to climb more high place. So when I felt very sad,
She simply emphasizes that she trained harder and wishes she could climb higher on the route.
I practice more.
How can you not root for this girl? So to me, Ai Mori is a genuine, hardworking and humble climber who really makes me want to improve my own attitude towards climbing. I know my ass touch my hair, I'll only be frustrated. And stop complaining about every spanny move that I climb. So, as the new IFSC season is upcoming, I can't wait to see more of her and her climbing. Thanks for watching.